Right, I just thought I'd do a short video on the shocks, seeing as now I've built one and I kind of understand how they work with the rubber inserts. So you can see here I've kind of part built one, and the space inside is all hollow. Now the little metal rod here is this thing here, and the other bit of rubber, because you put two bits of rubber in them, that goes inside and you grease it up, and actually it is that which the metal rod, once it's inside the cylinder, that then slides up and down inside this kind of bigger bit of rubber, and that's what provides the resistance. And then the spring goes on the outside and kind of pushes back. So that is how they work. It's not the rubber compressing, it's friction of the I suppose this metal rod inside the rubber tubing. So that is it. That is how these kind of coil rubber shocks work. Right, so all four shocks are now built and mounted. That's the rear, that's the front. You make four identical ones. Yeah, and they feel pretty good on there. There are some spacers just here that you put on, slightly thicker spacers. Where are we here? Slightly thicker spacers for the ones that are mounted on the front to the rear, so I guess that makes the springs compress a bit more, makes them rebound a bit more. Maybe, I guess you'd expect the front to bounce around a bit more, so that's how they work. The car is still in two bits, but we now move on to step 15 in the C parts bag, which I have here and I'm going to unpack into my little box next. But it looks like the very first thing we do in the steps 15 to 20 is to mount these two bits together to make the chassis. Right, C parts bag is unpacked. So this is the kind of stuff that you get in it. There's actually two bags in the C parts bag, so one for steps 15 to 20, one for steps 21 to 26. 21 to 26 is for the body metal parts bag. So let's have a move over here. There's this big kind of strip of metal. Never seen anything like this before on the Tamiya model. It might be the spoiler, I think. So there's that. I haven't unpacked all the little bits and pieces because some of the ones in here are absolutely tiny. So most of these are for these bit steps 15 to 20. All pretty standard stuff. This is like a big hunk of metal as well. Not sure what that is. We'll get to that. Some very stiff, chunky springs. A lot. I don't know if you can see that, but they're a lot thicker and chunkier than the shock springs. These will be for the front bumper, I suspect. Some other funky big metal bits. Rubber mount, double-sided tape. Some cable ties, they'll be the body mounts. So yeah, all kind of good, and we'll get on and crack on with this final part of the build.